Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome back again. Today we're gonna be talking about UFC 325. Um, this card made me want to gouge my eyes out whenever it was first announced, but now it's kind of growing on me, man. I'm kind of liking the fights that we got. Obviously, this main card very good. Um, we got Quill and Sal killed. Um, Billy Elikana, Junior Tafa. Tafa's getting whooped. Um, there are some fights that I do want to talk about. Just say my prediction, just so whenever you're watching the fights, you can know that I said that this was gonna happen. But it's just a quick prediction. Oban Elliott is gonna KO um Jonathan Mikalev, whatever however you say his name. Yeah, no. Oban Elliott is such a crisp boxer. I love the way that he strikes, and I'm pretty sure he has good wrestling too. Um, this dude is a beast. He's an absolute animal, and I pick him almost every time that he fights. I'm pretty sure he did lose recently. We can check that out. Yep, he lost one fight recently, and that was to Ko, which not Ko is a really good fighter. Yeah, you can't really do anything about that. But no, Oban Elliott, really good. Like I said, really good striker, boxer. I don't know much about Jonathan. That's not it. I'm not picking Oban Elliott just because I don't know much about Jonathan. I'm just picking him because he is one of my favorite fighters that are like unranked in the UFC. I love him, to be honest. Um, shit. They also got all these Road to the UFC fights over here. I don't watch that, so I can't tell you shit about this, but I will be watching it. I'll tell y'all how it goes. Um, I'm not gonna be talking about the main, like the whole fight card in the recap video, just because I don't want it to be too boring. I just want to, get to the fights that everybody loves, and that everybody's excited for. Everybody's so excited for Junior Tafa and Billy Elikana. Everybody's so excited for that. Um, no, seeing Junior Tafa as the featured fight of the prelims, um, that makes me want to gouge my eyes out. That is absolute Bunsen. That is terrible. Um, Junior Tafa, both of the Tafa brothers are just really low level people. Billy Alakana is gonna obviously whoop his ass, but now we're gonna talk about the real fights, the fights that we all um are gonna be seeing. Jamie Malarkey has the weirdest face I've ever seen in my life. I've never seen a man pose like this. He looks like you stole his candy. This is he's very upset at you for some reason. But Quill and Sal killed with all this aura. On the other hand, he is knocking this guy out. Quill and Sal killed is like on like I don't know how much knockout streak. He just knocked out Nasrat Hakparast. Um, and if you didn't know this about Quillen Salkild, he owns a bakery. Um, he owns a bakery, and yeah, apparently they they sell a can of whoop ass over there in that bakery. Um, no, absolute. This guy is an absolute monster. I will be sad the day that he loses, but it's not looking like that's anytime soon. Such a crisp boxer. Um, good kickboxing, good kicks. I don't think he's been tested on the ground, but I don't think Jamie is the one to test him in that realm. You know what I'm saying? Um, so yeah, I think it's just a layup fight for Quill and Salkild, build up the name, and all of that. So yeah, Quill and Salkild, I'll say by KO. You can see by the odds how good he is. He's minus 1200. But yeah, moving on, we've got Bam Bam. My guy Bam Bam, man. By the way, Bam Bam is tied to Ivasa's nickname. Um, big Bam Bam. This guy is literally on a 7-fight losing streak. Now you would have thought by 3-fight losing streak he would have been cut from the UFC. No, this guy is still fighting in the main card of pay-per-views. Well, not pay-per-views now, but numbered events. Um, get this guy out of the UFC. As much as I love Tai Tuivasa and I want to see him win, he is not winning against Talison Teixeira, who got fluked. Okay. He got fluked by Derek Lewis, the man that got knocked out by the wind in the last numbered event that we saw, UFC 324. Not a good look on Talison Teixeira, but that do not let that reflect how good he is. He is very, very tall. Very, very tall. Also very good striker. Tai Tuivasa. I would like Tai Tuivasa to implement some wrestling. Now, because I don't think Teixeira has been tested on the ground either. But now, what I don't want Talison Teixeira to do is I don't want him to go looking for a one-punch knockout against Tai Tuivasa. That's very hard to do. You have to pick him apart across the rounds, and then eventually he's gonna give up because he can't go anymore. But because Tai Tuivasa has a very good chin, very durable. As you can see, all his fat protects his shots that he takes, so it's pretty hard to knock that guy out. But yeah, we can see this guy's record. He has lost. His last fight was August 17th, 2024, and he lost to Rosenstrike, which is not a very good person. Rosenstrike is not that. I don't even think he's in the UFC anymore. Either he retired or he just got cut from the UFC, which is crazy. Let's this guy's on a 1-fight losing streak and he got cut from the UFC. Yeah. And then we got Bam Bam over here, who's on a 7-fight losing streak and still in the UFC. You can see. It doesn't. Oh, his last win was Derek Lewis, 2022. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Never mind, 5. I was being dramatic about the 7. But yep. Anyways, we're gonna up it to 6. This guy's getting knocked out. No, I'm just playing. He's not getting knocked out, but I do expect Talison Teixeira to beat this guy pretty comfortably. If not, then Teixeira, it's your time. Doors that way. Get this guy out of my face. But nah, man, I can feel like I can feel like I just had a stroke. Talison Teixeira. Oh, that reminds me. If my face looks red, I did not put blush on. I'm not a drama queen. I am dying. I don't know how else to explain it. I don't know what I have, but my skin is fucking up. But yeah, I just want to clear that up. I do not put makeup on my face. I don't swing that way. Hey, this fight, absolute banger. I love this fight. I was confused why they made it because obviously Mauricio Rufy lost to Benoit Saint Denis, and he's still fighting up the rankings. Benoit Saint Denis, as you can see, he's the co-main event. But yeah, it's a bit weird what they're doing with these fights, but they're exciting fights, so I'm not complaining. But God, look at this guy's nipples. Well, this guy's jacked. Hey, all right, but anyways, I have genuinely been going back and forth on this fight. There's one person I'm leaning more towards, but I want to talk about both of them. So Rafael Fiziev, he lost to Justin Gaethje his last fight. No. He lost to Justin Gaethje 2 fights ago. Then he won against Bahamondes, the tall fighter I was talking about yesterday, not yesterday, last video. Stands like this, but he's like tall as hell. He won against that guy. Rafael Fiziev is known for his Muay Thai. Very, very good Muay Thai. Um, he is also good at implementing the wrestling. We saw that against Bahamundes, where he was able to mix in his striking. Well, he used the striking to get him to get Bahamundes' mind off the takedowns, and then he implemented the wrestling with the striking, which obviously got him the takedown. But yeah, so I really want to see Fiziev do that against Mauricio Rufy, because we saw in Rufy's last fight that he does not have the best wrestling for now, because Mauricio Rufy, as you know, he was a part of the Fighting Nerds, which is the most famous like gym in the UFC. It's like a bunch of Brazilians: Gene Silva, Carlos Prates, Caio Borralho, Mauricio Rufy. Those are the most famous people. Um, and they Mauricio Rufy left. He left the Fighting Nerds, and now he's training with Alexander Volkanovski, who's in the main event. He's the champion at 145. Um, but I completely lost my train of thought because somebody texted me. Um, yes. So I feel like since Volkanovski is so, and like his camp is so like good, and they do everything, I feel like Mauricio Rufy has a chance to actually improve his wrestling and his striking at the same time and everything, because as you can see with Volkanovski, he is good everywhere. He brought Islam Makhachev, who is the best wrestler in the UFC as we know it right now, besides Hamzat Chimaev. Um, he brought Islam Makhachev to a close, very, very close fight, and a lot of people say it's a robbery. I don't think so, but um, yeah. If Mauricio Rufy can improve his wrestling, I feel like he'll be able to beat Fiziev in a very. This is going to be a very, very, very good fight. I'm leaning more towards Rafael Fiziev though. I feel like he is. He's just really good. I don't think you're gonna get better with your wrestling in one training camp. I feel like that's something that you need to develop over your career. Maybe if Mauricio Rufy loses this fight, he can go back down the rankings and fight people who are basically just layups, some cans to get him to, you know, have more experience in the octagon, because obviously training is way different than actually being inside of the cage and fighting there. So you can train wrestling all you want, but maybe it's way different whenever you're actually in the cage. So for that, I want to go Rafael Fiziev, but it can go either way. I am not confident in this pick. I've been going back and forth. I do think Rafael Fiziev is going to win. Okay, moving on. Dan Hooker and Benoit Saint Denis. I would have much rather seen this as a featured fight. I don't really like it as a co-main, but here we are. Benoit Saint Denis. He obviously just fraud checked Mauricio Rufy, like I was just talking about. He was a massive underdog. Benoit Saint Denis was the most hyped up fighter, and they matched him up against Dustin Poirier, and he got knocked out. Then they matched him up against Renato Moicano. Got a TKO. He got TKO'd because it was a doctor stoppage. And then after that, now he's on a 3-fight winning streak, beating who did he beat? Oh, I completely forgot that he beat Beneil Dariush. Holy shit. Yeah. He's on a 3-fight winning streak. I forgot the first gentleman's name, but then he beat Mauricio Rufy, and then he beat Beneil Dariush by knockout in like 14 seconds. So Benoit Saint Denis basically is just a marauder. He's literally just, he'll come forward and scrap with you no matter where the fight is. He has really good submissions and wrestling, as we saw with Mauricio Rufy. Um, and yeah, he's not scared of taking the or you know boxing with you. But usually whenever he does that, he gets fucked up, as we saw with Dustin Poirier. But and what's crazy to me is that Benoit Saint Denis was a favorite against Dustin Poirier. That's how hyped up he was. And yeah, whoever bet Dustin would got a massive payday that day. And then we got Dan Hooker, the the number 2 BMF in the lightweight division. This guy is always in a fun fight. Um, whenever he's winning, because I don't know. Sometimes he gets fucked up. He had one of the best fights ever with Dustin Poirier. Lost, but very good fight. He is also just a marauder, so this is going to be a very good fight. Um, he these both of these guys just love fighting, and they were saying that on the press conference. They love fighting. They love doing this shit, and I respect it and I love it. So it's gonna be a very good fight. If it's not a good fight, don't come to school tomorrow. But yeah, I am going to go. I've also kind of been going back and forth on this fight because I'm still not bought on the hype with Benoit Saint Denis because I don't know. Beating Benil Dariush, a 58-year-old man. Come on, dude. Even right now, I'm still kind of debating because Dan Hooker, he obviously just got brutalized by Arman Tsarukyan. Arman Tsarukyan, number 1 ranked lightweight in the division, and whoa, number 1 ranked contender in the lightweight division, and he is still not getting a title shot, by the way. But this guy still has amazing striking. I don't think his wrestling's that good, so that's the reason I'm picking Benoit Saint Denis, because I don't think Dan Hooker has very good wrestling. I feel like if Benoit Saint Denis can implement the wrestling the same way he did with Mauricio Rufy, like he doesn't get scared of it, then yeah, I feel like Benoit Saint Denis is gonna win. But I feel like Dan Hooker has potential if the fight stays standing, not if it's on the ground. If the fight stays standing, I feel like Dan Hooker, with the experience that he has, he'll be able to take Benoit Saint Denis into a different realm, just like Dustin Poirier did. So, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think that Benoit Saint Denis will implement his wrestling good, because that's obviously what a person with common fucking sense is going to do after everyone just saw Dan Hooker get destroyed by Arman Tsarukyan because of his wrestling. Pretty sure that fight ended in a submission too. So, yeah, I'm picking Benoit Saint Denis. Now, main event, I'm picking Alexander Volkanovski. We're dropping it right there. Drop it. We're just dropping it right there. Alexander Volkanovski by decision. The definition of insanity is trying something over and over again and expecting a different outcome. Alexander Volkanovski is not losing. I am not picking against Alexander Volkanovski. Alexander Volkanovski is the most well-rounded person in the UFC. This guy's amazing. He has good wrestling, good scrambles, good striking, good kickboxing, good footwork, good head movement. He has everything in the book, except for maybe like jujitsu and stuff like that. But That's fine. Nobody cares. Um, Amazing guy. Obviously, in the first fight, Alexander Volkanovski got the dub. Um, I think the majority was 4-1 for Alexander Volkanovski. I think there might have been one judge who scored it 3-2. But yeah, I don't think that Diego Lopez is going to be able to do anything different. I feel like I'm pretty sure he said that he took the fight. He tried taking the fight to Alexander Volkanovski the first fight. Like he tried like relying on his power the first fight. But I feel like that's what got him far in that fight. I feel like if you try to stay more patient now, Alexander Volkanovski is just going to pick you apart the entire time, worse than he did before. And I'm actually cooking with that. I came up with that on the spot. That is genius. Fucking clip this and show me it on Saturday after he wins. Yeah, Alexander Volkanovski is winning. Diego Lopez, if you try to go patient, you are not winning at all. This guy has the most experience. He has beat Max Holloway 3 times. This guy is amazing. And he's beat you. And you said you were young 2 fights ago, by the way, so shut the fuck up. Oh my gosh, I just looked at the odds. Why are they so close? People are actually genuinely insane, and I'm gonna cry. I'm worried for this world. I'm genuinely worried. Now I'm probably gonna look like a dumbass if Diego Lopez knocks this guy out, but no, not happening. Like I said, if you try to be patient, this guy will pick you apart, and he knows what he's doing. He has very good fight IQ. So yes, Alexander Volkanovski by decision. I feel like what I said is exactly what's going to happen. Diego Lopez is going to try to be patient, and Alexander Volkanovski is going to beat him worse than he did the first time. And Diego Lopez isn't even that bad. I love Diego Lopez. We're talking about Alexander Volkanovski. I don't like what Diego Lopez did against Gene Silva because Gene Silva was my favorite fighting nerd, but you got to respect it because that guy destroyed my gosh Gene Silva. He cooked him. But yeah, I'm picking Alexander Volkanovski by decision, like I've said 18 times. So yeah, man, those are my picks. We'll go through it real quick. Alexander Volkanovski, Benoit Saint-Denis, Rafael Fiziev, Taliesin Teixeira, Quillan Salkild, and special one, Oban Elliott. That's one that I'm gonna definitely be putting on the parlay this Saturday. But yeah, man. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm trying to have more energy in my videos and, actually talk more louder and shit like that. Let me know if there's any anything you guys want to see. Like, I'm thinking about doing some gameplay. Like for UFC, I want to see if I can plug up my PlayStation on here and see if I can make that work out. But I don't know. I want to start doing more some tier lists. I had a good envision of what I wanted to do for the end of 2025, but I ended up not doing it. I took that break, but yeah, no, I appreciate everyone. And yeah, thank you for watching. We're gonna be dropping the breakdown video on what happens. Hopefully, I go 5 for 5, actually 6 for 6 with Oban Elliott. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys.